Hi everyone, I think on Friday that's just gone, I think we've just seen one of the bargains so far this year actually happen in the stock market. Arista Networks was down 20% on Friday, about 20%. I think it was a little bit lower, but after market it actually dropped to just a slightly bit more, so it was around about 20%. And I think this is one of the biggest bargains that we're going to see all year. It's a stock that I've been actually tracking for quite a long time. I've been tracking this stock for probably about half a year. Just because of the growth. The growth's been insane, like over the last year. What we've seen in Arista Networks is we've seen a 150% increase in the last year. So obviously with the drop it's dropped down slightly less than that, but still it's still a massive increase over the year. And what happened is it was on the actual earnings date. It was on Q4 actually when this happened, and pretty much they actually beat the earnings. It wasn't by much. But Arista Networks actually beat their earnings, and I think what a lot of people have just taken it as is just people selling off positions, they're taking the money and they've left. I mean, if I was up 150%, I'd probably have taken it even before that, so it's fair enough that people are taking their money out of it. So what we've seen is Arista Networks actually broke the $300 mark. It's now dropped down to about $250, which is a great position to be getting into with this stock. Personally, what am I going to do? I'm probably going to be getting into this stock probably some point next week, and then I'll probably let you guys know if I did or didn't when I come to the free stocks that I'm buying for March. So that's kind of my plan really. Just a little bit of background information as well on Arista Networks, apart from its amazing growth and the profit it's been bringing out this year. Something that I read which was really interesting is Goldman Sachs. One of their analysts had a price target of $320 per share, which is really good. Goldman Sachs, such a recognised company, for one of their analysts to be given a price target of that, that's something that's really good. Obviously, it's around 250, and the point where the sell-off happened, I think it was 310. I'm not 100% sure. It was somewhere around 310. So to have a $320 price target from a Goldman Sachs analyst. I was really happy to see that. Profit as well. The profit was up 70% year on year, which is really good. And also the revenue was up 33% year on year. So it's just a big monster. It's a monster of a growth company. And when you look at the actual figures that Arista Networks were pulling out, you can kind of see why the stock was just growing in general. I kind of wish that I actually got in earlier, but I just didn't because of just how much it was growing by. But to have like a 20% pullback and an opportunity to buy into a company like this, I just think it's an absolute steal, is that? And at some point I'm probably getting into it. Obviously, as you know, I saw my Netflix shares off on Thursday. My Apple shares are very close to my target price, so that might happen soon. And depending on what happens, I might just sell them anyway because it's not that far off. So that frees up 2 companies that I've just sold out of for maybe to get into one more. Obviously, I really like probably getting into Arista Networks at some point. As well as that, I'll probably be thinking that Wynn Resorts, I'm still trying to wait for the bottom on that before I get in, which probably be at some point soon. I don't know how much longer till that gets pulled back. So yeah, it's definitely Arista Networks is probably a stock that I will be getting into at some point next week. But I'll probably let you all know when I do my free stocks I'm buying for March. So guys, big steal here. Let me know if you're getting into it. Give the video a like and I'll see you on the next video.